say, and they shall come together out of the land of the north to the land that I gave for inheritance unto your father. You know that land is? Israel today when these bastards them in. We're going back right in. And the scripture says Maccabees. Because this Maccabees we say plan thy people again. And the Holy Land as Moses has spoke. So it shows that we was there before and we're going back there. That's why the brother now read, you're gonna yet choose Jerusalem again. Right? And place them into that land. We're going back right in.
You see how much men talk about that. All the prophets always talking about that same thing. Even the apostles, they say, when will thou restore Israel again? Send them back where they come from.
This is the book of Isaiah chapter 34 verse 1. It says, come near ye nations to hear and hearken ye people. Let the earth hear and all that is therein, the world and all things that come forth of it. For the indignation of the Lord is upon all nations, and his fury upon all their armies. He hath utterly destroyed them, he hath delivered them to the slaughter. Their slain also shall be cast out, and their sting shall come up out of their carcasses, and the mountains shall be melted with their blood, and the host of heaven shall be dissolved, and the heavens shall be rolled together as a scroll.
Hey, these Edomites them don't smell rotten already, so imagine that thing would have come out from the dead cat. The thunder smell frozy already. It's a must smell. That stink. You know?
Yeah, but like what?
Yeah, when these missiles jump.
See that when you see that mushroom cloud? Yeah. Son, when you see that mushroom cloud open up, spread out. No going to happen to all it. Hey, watch me, it's not, you see about us, when them stuff happen, it's not even fire, that's killing. Hey, somebody going dead that's by the wind that going to come out from the smoke. They say the smoke will be so hard.
Hey, by the radiation alone?
Yeah.
You're going to melt them? Yeah. Right, and hey, I was watching a documentary he was talking about, these prophecies that we see when the Lord saying that, hey, these things going to melt elements and these things. He say, we have the technology today capable of doing these things. Yeah. The man actually said that, the either might say that. We have the technology to do these things, what is written in the scriptures, to melt elements. Because we make from the elements. Yeah. And it's going to melt you. Is that what the scriptures say? I will be melted out a socket and it will melt you.
Like the 2 minutes, that's it.
Yeah,
And even like all this is elements.
Yeah.
And you say what, if America will be what a desert. So all these things going on dissolve. They just say prophecy in Daniel where they say what they say when the rocks smite. They say everything was like smoke, like dust, and it just blow away.
Hey, he saw no World War III coming. He know. We know forever what this series, American Horror Stories.
Yeah.
Right? When you take it that Jake, American Horror Stories concerned that yes, they finally did it. World War III. People were so devastated they was actually jumping off buildings, saying that the wind can't withstand the blasting.
I still have a tape on my phone from when the first the part when World War III happened, when they dropped the nuke on America. So the whole place just wiped out. But that going to like which it's a horror story, so you go like the devil and witchcraft and Michael and so forth, right? I think it was Lucifer that had on a table. I'm like blowing up, just on the table and I just see the whole America was getting wiped out behind me.
So you didn't see the TikTok yesterday. I was watching a video where the first atomic bomb dropped in Japan. Certain people who died throughout certain parts of the city disintegrated, literally seemed like a shadowy outline of the disintegrated. I to tell you, that stain remained a lot of years after that. And you lit up. When I saw that, I was like, wow, what? Something capable of incinerating something to that degree and still leaving that in stone.
Imagine how you feel about it, Doc. Imagine when the prophets see these visions. That's what they say when I saw these things. I was out. They don't even understand what a nuke is.
When I just see it, who is me?
It seems so insurmountable.
The prophet them was breaking it. When them see the missiles, them was actually breaking it down to their technology they had, their understanding they had back then. Because no one man could take a literal bow and arrow to shoot from here to China. No. So when they talk about that His arrow is going to be shot from one end to the other. It was referring to these missiles.
And it's a great analogy too, because in the same way they just do the shooting missiles instead of going like a boat. Instead of shooting from a shot.
That's where I get the idea from the concept.
But I also remember that when the prophet was mentioning, when they hear like locusts and so forth, they're going to the military vehicles, right?
Yeah.
But at that point in time, the division they see, it looked to them like a locust.
Yeah.
The closest thing they could have
Related to.
You understand? So at that point in time, they didn't know of the technology.
No matter how they how these fellas do up the machines and stuff, it's based upon a particular.
The animals and them, yeah. To mimic it so it can be functional.
Then you also remember scriptures already said that we go no more than Daniel and so forth. So, again, Daniel will come back to the what he probably said upon you come and break it down more.
Proof we have 100% truth on the earth. Yeah. For all the naysayers who say we don't have 100% truth. Because as I did a lesson breaking that down, Daniel, Ezra, all these righteous men, then here today breaking down the prophecies with the full understanding. They couldn't understand it back then because the conditions were not met. It was not the time of the end back then. We are in the time of the end because the scripture said at the time of the end, he told them, don't seal the book, don't seal the understanding. You know, so they're standing here today breaking down these prophecies,
No, but
100% accurate.
It had to be sealed. Why? Because the Lord had to die to be able to loose those seals. So it had to be sealed. They say what they say. Time they say Ephesians, they say it wasn't revealed in times past, but revealed now unto the apostles and prophets by what the Spirit.
It said, behold, I will raise them out of the place whither ye have sold them, and will return your recompense upon your own head.
Yeah, he will turn it.
It said, and I will sell your sons and your daughters into the hand of the children of Judah, and they shall sell them to Sabaean, to a people far off, for the Lord hath spoken it.
Yeah, and I'm going back to Revelations 15, 59.
And no man will be able to buy them.
Revelation 13. Revelation 13 and 9, it says, if any man have an ear, let him hear. He that leadeth into captivity shall go into captivity. He that killeth with the sword must be killed with the sword. Here is the patience, the description of the parable. There is just the fruition of it. It's just the recompense, and like what it is, the recompense to these nations that troubled us.
So that you know, if you want to show mercy and Jacob, as scripture saying in Isaiah 14. Mercy going to come to them. You know, if we transgress, as scripture saying Baruch 3, Baruch 2 and 5. He said, thus we were cast down and not exalted, because we have sinned against the Lord our power, and have not been obedient unto his voice. And I will bring them again into the land which I promised with an oath unto their fathers, Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, and they shall be lords of it. And I will increase them, and they shall not be diminished. And I will make an everlasting covenant with them to be their God, and they shall be my people. And I will no more drive my people of Israel out of the land that I have given them. Right, so that is our power. Yahweh Hashem Shai, the God of the Hebrew Israelite, as scripture says in Joel 2:27. He's in the midst of Israel, and he will be their power. The Lord didn't make any covenant with these heathen nations. Right, the kingdom of heaven is not for them. When you read Matthew 20, go ahead.
Listen, man, he make a covenant with Israel, but he make some of the rest of the nations, and they fulfilling the duty that they have to do. Esau is what? It's sword. They was appointed. The difference, they appointed that. They must appoint each nation. Moab is what? The washpot. Esau is what? Sword. You understand? And each one of them have the purpose.
That is why the Arabs have what they have today.
Yeah. They was given that. But Israel was given the covenant that wasn't given to nobody else. You understand?
And I just share how the Lord don't lie, because when you say if people want to think that everybody can be saved now, then why have books stating that Esau not going to receive no forgiveness? If the Lord all forgiven.
And if he was forgiven, Egypt would not be destroyed.
If he was all forgiven, there would be no need for Yahushua.
The same thing what Yahushua come to do, is the same thing what your father did.
Yeah.
The Lord not going to come and gather all away and away in one zone. The Lord will come in to separate, just as the father did when he read Deuteronomy 32 verse 8. He's going and separate. Right, there's Matthew 25 verse 31. He said, when the Son of Man shall come in his glory, and all the angels with him. Then shall he sit upon the throne of his glory, and before him shall be gathered all nations,
All.
That's all.
All.
and he shall separate them one from another, as a shepherd divided his sheep from the goats. And we know who are the sheep and who are the goats. Right? Matthew 15:24. He was not sent but unto the lost sheep of the house of Israel. These goats represent the heathens. So he coming to separate. Right? They're going to have their own inheritance, their own zone. Right? And Israel, the Lord inheritance, we're going to possess back that land. They're going to pay tribute. They're going to serve.
And that is second account. We can have a next account in Revelation where it say take the measuring stick and measure within the temple and without. You understand? And the ones who out is heathens.
Can.
And can, based on what you just said in Matthew 15:24, in Matthew 25:33 it said, and he shall set the sheep on his right hand and goats on his left. Proving the right hand represents honor based on the context, the nation of honor, which is Israel. And all the other heathen are on the left, which reference the goat. I remember the father deal with both the right hand and the left hand.
Perfect
So,
analogy,
you see how the
Mashiach
analogy
and
comes
Satan.
together?
I also remember that there's a saying for years. The right hand is a blessing and the left hand person is always what a curse.
Son, I even go back to the saying with the elephant dumpling.
Left hand magic,
Like I
yeah.
said, left hand always going to be
Be something
be
bad.
something else.
Yeah.
To prove that, yeah. When angel come out, it was from the left hand.
Yeah.
I read it on, goes to the, after 24 goes to the, start back at 33. And he shall set the sheep on his right hand, but the goats on his left. Then shall the king say unto them on his right, come, ye blessed of my father, inherit the kingdom prepared for you from the foundation of the world. And they just show you, the elect was already ordained to be saved. Right? Israel was already ordained to be saved. The elect of them. Right? And that's why Ezra said, don't tell Ezra, tell my people I will give them the kingdom. So it shows that salvation is not for all nations. The kingdom of heaven is not for all nations. These nations are not going to rule alongside me. Right? They say, we put them at the manager. No, it ain't at that. They're going to be under Israel dictatorship. They're going to be slaves. There's no supervisor, no foreman, no manager. No.
All the menial positions.
Nah, it ain't that.
All these laborers.
Laborers, they're going to be in that low state.
That's all they achieve. Laborer status.
Just like now in Esau Kingdom, whenever you look at most of the top positions, who does put, even if they fly one out and bring them here, it's by Edomites. Do they put no JK just so? You understand? Or they can work below the Edomite, but they just always put their people in certain positions. It's the same thing.
The book of Ephesians chapter 1 verse 3, it says, blessed be the power and Father of our Lord Yahushua Mashiach, who had blessed us with all spiritual blessings in heavenly places in a Mashiach, according as he had chosen us in him before the foundation of the world, that we should be holy and without blame before him in love, having predestinated us unto the adoption of children by Yahushua Mashiach to himself, according to the good pleasure of his will. That's why the scriptures, Yahushua knew who he was coming from. My sheep hear my voice. You understand? So it's saying here, it also says in Romans 8, those who did foreknow, then he did also predestinate to be conformed in the image of his son. So in these times, as the brothers was saying earlier, all the prophets of old, they come back here today. But the spirit of the prophets is subject unto the prophets. So at the end of the day, the only ones that are going to be saved is the elect, the ones that was preordained to be saved. And it just so happened that the elect would be the most faithful, and the most obedient unto Yahweh Shem Yahushua.
Go back to the goat and the sheep. The sheep is the elect, the goat is the undesirable of Israel. You understand? There's how many ways you can go the goat and the sheep. You understand? And what that is one eye.
I don't know if I have to give an analogy. We say you have an orange tree in Trinidad. Plant it, grow, you get seed. Go America and you plant it. They get that same orange tree. Go anywhere in the world and you plant that same seed from that same tree you plant, you get an orange tree.
You want to get apple?
So the father didn't change, he didn't say, alright, I set up Israel as the olive tree. But later down through time, I'm going to bring in these other heathen nations. who basically the abominable vine, abominable branch, abominable tree. And I will just change them now and make them an orange tree.
It's ungodly to mix seeds.
That's
Huh?
what
You don't mix seeds.
They won't do that.
That's what the churches want to drop it. Is the wild olive tree?
Yeah.
You don't mingle seeds. That's about that abominable.
They love to quote the spiritual Israel crap. And mind you, they're not wrong, you know. They say that statement in ignorance, you know, because only a true Israelite can be spiritual. And we know that you don't can be no spiritual. Had that spirit that yields after Yahweh Bashem, Yahweh Shai. Proof of that you see all different races that people pass. All different races. But is what we saying resonating with anyone? No. The only people I noticed stop and probably listen after was the homeless guy there. You know, stop and yeah, take a little listen.
The book of 2 Ezra chapter 3 verse 34, it says, weigh thou therefore our wickedness now in the balance, and there's also that dwell in the world, and so shall thy name nowhere be found but in Israel.
Can.
For when was it that they which dwell upon the earth have not sinned in thy sight? Or what people have so kept thy commandments? Thou shalt find that Israel by name had kept thy precepts, but not the heathen.
And the only reason it's found there because that's where you place it. You understand? That's the only reason why it's always found there because that's where you place it. You place it nowhere else but in Israel.
Quick precept then, come back up here. In the book of Sirach chapter 24 verse 1, it says, wisdom shall praise herself, and shall glory in the midst of her people. In the congregation of the Most High shall she open her mouth and triumph before his power. That's about the verse 7.
Say what the congregation of the people.
It says, with all these I sought rest, and in whose inheritance shall I abide? So the Creator of all things gave me a commandment, and he that made me caused my tabernacle to rest, and said, let thy dwelling be in Jacob, and thine inheritance in Israel. Thy way wisdom rest in places.
Listen, and Scripture say, what are these to do with thy ordinance? You know, yeah. Read out that.
Psalms chapter 50 and verse 16. But unto the wicked power saith, what hast thou to do to declare my statutes, or that thou shouldest take my covenant in thy mouth?
Yeah, you thinking that wasn't given to you? You come here to teach me about the truth. All our wickedness we do in slavery, you come here to teach me about God. Come on, man. And that's the scripture says, and he speak it sweetly, you know. These people who lynch all you, who give all the children to alligator, to crocodile, to use them as bait, who do all manner of evil, torment, they would come in to teach you about God. Coming to teach you about righteousness, come on.
I'm going to put you in the forest and give you about 5 minutes. And then, and running behind you.
Hey,
But I would say underneath the tongue was sweet, but underneath it as well war. Son of the book of Psalms.
all these jakes all run up in Esau military and join hands in that, hey, they're gonna die. So I'm gonna put them in the forefront. Them are the first ones to get licked down.
Yeah, cannon fodder.
Yeah.
You ever see Esau movie? Good.
You see that in World War II, even in the movie Roots they show you when Kunta did run away from the American plantation. Remember the British and the Americans was fighting. And the British gave him some kind of thing named liberty to slaves. And they gathered up all the slaves that run away and they was putting them to fight against the Americans. And they didn't get them guns, they get them sticks. And then they tell them to take the bridge. So Kunta them letting them know, well, hey, we can't take the bridge with sticks. So they point the gun, them are guns, and them stay back and get them sticks to go and take the
First shot, the man taking
First shot,
football
yeah.
and
right.
Yeah.
So what they wanted to do, they wanted to see if it had enemies.
Or they use mad baits.
Yeah, on the next side. So when they went, the Americans had to fire them, and that's when the war started. So they only use them to see if there was there.
Yeah, you ever watch the South Park movie?
Nah.
With the South Park movie, all the so-called blacks who was in the army, they had something called Operation Human Shield, and then they would do Operation Get Behind the Darkies. So they would put all the jakes in front, and all the so-called whites would be in the back to shield from them now, boy. Like same thing you talking about.
I know we find it amusing, but Esau was telling on himself again.
God.
But the thing is, he put it in comedy form
God.
to get you to just that everything so you wouldn't see the seriousness of it, you know. So he kind of dumb you down. You wouldn't be seeking revenge, all you're seeking is entertainment, and that was in the past. But we forget that, you know, because by nature, he so know that Jake is forgiving people. So when you look at our people, look at how much either might come out to go and lie on you and say it's a deal for 40 years, and a man can come out and say, I'm not upset with them. I am not angry. It had a Jake recently, exonerated from a crime. He was accused for 40 years ago and he was found to be innocent. I know the Edomite women say, at least I get 40 years out there. No remorse, no sympathy, nothing. I want to ask you, what is his feelings towards them? I don't hold them in mind. I forgive them, really.
Judas Maccabeus being trusted in the heathens.
Already the World War II, when you go into it and you look at America, one of the reasons they started to allow Jake into the military was for that same reason. So when it's time for them to raid the beaches in Japan and different places, they would always put them out in the forefront. Because as you touch the beach, as you touch sand, his body's gonna drop one time. So they would put Jake in front, let Jake run out, get bullet or whatever the case is, and they would just take cover behind the bodies. They would or they would use Jake as bait to divert, as that way. Yeah.
Remember the atrocities that went on through World War II. When Israel men went and fight World War II, there was a test on them. When they come back, they get to realize that people who remain home, they will get tested upon. You understand? They had nobody to protect who. You understand? So it was again, it's just that great serpent. You understand? The reason why they call him the great serpent.
So we bury all them landmines in the sand.
Yeah.
Send Jake out.
So
One of them bound to trip it off, so we don't know we're safe to walk, and we're not safe to walk. So that's it. And I would have using Jake constantly for even when you go to Vietnam, you're putting Jake constantly on the forefront. And you know, I read somewhere where the Vietnamese people was kind of speaking to the Jakes then and saying, why are they fighting this war? This had nothing to do with all here. Desert and go back home or something, you know? They was telling Jake this war had nothing to do with all here. What are you doing fighting for these people?
As somebody said the other day with draft, you see why I want to fight for a country that never like me? All of a sudden America great, and you should fight for home. But when war done, all they want to tell me, you look to leave, come on.
How them feminists feeling right now? They want equal rights and opportunity, and right now the law passed the draft home.
Who wants to draft home and you have to go.
How are they feeling about all the equal opportunity now?
The ones in Ukraine quarreling right now. The ones you men in Ukraine in the army quarreling.
To be feeling sick right now.
Unhygienic and not suitable for females. Are quarreling right now.
Say verse 9. Say, proclaim ye this among the Gentiles, prepare war. Wake up the mighty men, let all the men of war draw near, let them come up. I say, beat your plowshares into swords, and your pruning hooks into spears. Let the weak say, I am strong.
This is farming instruments, these instruments it will take to flourish, to produce, to gain riches. But use all them things and what? He said turn it into swords, so what? That is why every year, every budget in every country, they add more and more money into defense and weapons and so on and so forth. That is the turning of the pruning hooks and the plowshares into swords.
Then you weak to the strong, so they're making, you understand what
Russia have missiles now, Iran have missiles,
He said, beat your plowshares into swords. A plowshare, you would have never used that to fight to kill somebody. But he said into swords, so now you want to take something that was weak and make it something into what? Strong.
Yeah, use that as a defense.
So you say on your pruning hooks into spears.
Yeah.
You understand? A hook, a pruning hook. Yes, use that to pruning trees, you know? You ain't going to use that to do anything else, but now you tell you, see that way you're going to use it for something? Now turn it into a spear.
That applies to our people if you look at it another reference where we were the servants within the fields and
This year was going into straight war. Straight war. You understand? Because we tell it, I say God up for war. This is straight war here. So now you tell them, you say, let the weak say I am strong. Them who was once considered
the nations who was not nuclear capable.
No.
Understand?
And the ones who was more peaceful becoming more militant. You understand? You're seeing more or less more nation right now. Everybody
with powerful countries.
Japan, them have weapons now.
Not only weapons, the style of living itself is much more militant than it used to be. All of them are gravitating to that nature.
India, these these other places get nuclear capabilities in America. I wanted to tell India they can't make tell them they to stop to halt on nukes and tell them that all they're not stopping. So why should we? You understand? So we telling them no, they should.
Yeah, correct.
You understand? Assemble yourselves and come all you need it and gather yourselves together around about.
Yeah.
They say together because the mighty ones to come down, oh Lord.
Yeah, and that gathering is because there's two sides at play. The Israelites with the harlot, and well, you know what I mean? If Russia decide to back Hamas, you understand?
Which they will. Which they will.
Exactly. You understand? Who are the biggest stake? Well, let's send worship, but we can send worships too.
I don't have video on that last night, because according to prophecy, the harlot's supposed to be in rift against the holy people.
God.
So why it is America saying that they had the full backings towards Israel, if that is really the holy people, according to prophecy, it's not supposed to be so.
It say let the heathen be wakened and come up to the valley of Yehoshaphat. For there will I sit to judge all the heathen on the boat. He don't run God and I'm up. Don't say what? Is he also he must have other man, is he also the battle? And horses do what? He just got happy first. Come to the event. Come to the event. Everybody come and that's what the Lord doing. As you can see, all the nations preparing for what? For war. All of them aiming to go where? To the Middle East.
And them take the bait.
Yes.
Lord set out the chapter them and them go and take the bait. Come like the Lord for a piece of meat day. And them hold and them smelling it boy. They're going for that piece of meat.
Russia don't tell them you see Russia don't hack them Israeli whole thing on shut it down. You understand? Shut it down that way you get plenty of information like how good they was doing because of them. And that knows how a thing with our next America talk about thinking. You know how you gonna be though? Remember the bear, you know? The next thing by itself and it's a reason why even to this day the scriptures called Russia the bear, right? And today what they signify Russia? It's called them what? A bear. So he say I said to judge all the heathen on the boat. He said, put ye in the sickle, for the harvest is ripe. Come get you down, for the press is full. The fats overflow, for the wickedness is great. He said, multitudes in the valley of decision, for the day of the Lord is near in the valley of decision. All of the allies, BRICS, NATO, they're going up, everybody going to prophecy coming to pass. You call it the valley of Yehoshaphat. It's a judgment. So, with that, we have some here. Go ahead,
The book of Isaiah chapter 14, verse 10, it says, all they shall speak and say unto thee, and thou also become as big as we, and thou become like unto us. Thy pomp is brought down to the grave, and the noise of thy vials, the worm is spread under thee, and the worms cover thee. So they come low,
Right, but all I part of prophecy. These curses the Lord gonna bring upon India when they reach 7. Right? You know? These curses gonna be upon our enemies. Right? Sit in the dust. Who would the daughter of Babylon? She gonna be brought in that low state. At one hour we put in this low state. You gonna come as that. And that was he true thing, you're gonna be a vagrant of a vagabond, low.
Jeremiah say what? You say after the war take place, after that it's really beasts go and dwell there. You talk about America, only beasts could go there. Because a human can go with the radiation and so forth. Only the beasts. That is when they go to say trees, say vine and they shall go back. That is the only thing going to be done about. You understand? So
the forbidden zone.
The forbidden zone. The forbidden zone, yeah. So with that, once again, we give all praises and glory to
Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Ba'ashem, Rakadash.
We sit down and say, apostles and elders of great Muslim word and teachers of apostles in truth. And we say salutations to the Akim, we say preaching the word, truth and sincerity day in and day out. Constantly in season and season, we say Shalom. We say Mawat to Lababe. We say Mawat to the 2/3. But to the sin, say Akim and Akwans, we say Shalom.